Greetings, folks. I'm a little bit behind on these broadcasts here. I actually have been getting around. In fact, 2 weekends ago on the 4th November, I was actually at four different events in four different states on the same weekend. But that, be that as it may, haven't had any of these broadcasts for a while. And so let's get right to it. What we have here is things are starting to slow down a little bit because of the winter, the holidays, and the winter season. And in fact, slowing down so much that I can put everything down on the list that you'll see below on one sheet of paper from here until April, and still have some space left over on the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. But we do have a number of things coming up over the next month, so let's take a look at it. Starting with next weekend, which is the 18th November, two items going on. Naturally, I'll start with the one I'm going to because, hey, it's my program. And that is the East Ohio Championships, which are taking place in Calcutta, Ohio, which is just north of East Liverpool and basically just on the other side of the Pennsylvania line. And they have a good number of brackets, or a good number of classes on that one. Pro and the amateur will both have the standard six weight classes, start at 154 and going up to, of course, the 243 plus. Novice, they will also have a novice beyond the amateur. Novice has only three classes in it, both women and women's novice, which, find women's novice all that often. Two classes there split at 156 pounds. Masters is 40 plus, age 40 plus. Two classes splitting at the standard 200 for masters. Teens, both right and left, and also have kids classes with kids just right. Apparently, they're going to have a couple super matches, although I'm not sure exactly who. That will start that Saturday at noon, and then the tournament itself will start at 1 o'clock. This is taking place in a church, so I guess I'll have to watch my language a little bit better than I sometimes do. But that will be men's, the entry fee for that, men's $30, women's $20, teens, which teens being defined here as 13 to 17, $10, and kids are free. As I say, that is taking place in the East Liverpool, Ohio area on the 18th. Also taking place on the 18th is something called the Twin State Tournament that is taking place in Bradford, Vermont. The Twin States, in this case, being Vermont and New Hampshire, which is an interesting combination of states. Speaking as a former history professor, where you have the New Hampshire state motto on one side of the river being live free or die, and the other side of the river has Bernie Sanders representing it, but that doesn't have anything with polling. So let's move on. That is they will have amateur, semi-pro, and pro. The six standard classes there on the amateur and pro. I don't remember if semi was quite as many classes there, but relatively inexpensive. $20 for the the first arm, $30 if you want to pull both right and left. There they also have masters. Masters is in that case starting at age 45 and up, and that is open at the moment. They just have one weight class there. Women as well, with two classes splitting at 145, and then 146 plus. The proceeds for that will actually be the benefit that will be for benefits of benefiting Meals on Wheels. As I say, that is the 18th. Following week, the 25th, that is the day after Black Friday, 2 days after Thanksgiving. I don't know of any tournaments. What I possibly will be doing myself is there is a little bit out of our area, not quite the Northeast. Tennessee is a little bit far south for that, but the folks in Nashville are running a big massive practice somewhere between 6 and 8 tables. I said, why don't you come down? And it's about 12 hours actually. But as Tim Lewis has previously noted, I'm even crazier than he is when it comes to driving. So I don't know. I'm just thinking if I can find something going on in Ohio or Kentucky or whatever on the way down on Saturday and the way back on Monday, I might actually consider it. But anyway, have a good Thanksgiving. But as I say, I don't know of any tournaments going on that weekend. The weekend after Thanksgiving, the only thing I know of there is a relatively small event. Well, we hope it collects a decent number of people. But compared to some of the others that I will be helping with, in fact, Tim will be working on that too with me, Tim Lewis, called Wilson's Armsquad. championship, jumped by Robert Wilson, who goes back a number of years for pulling. We're running a small tournament, right arm only, in Greenville, Pennsylvania, which, hey, you can't beat the price. The first class, if you want to pull, is only $10. And if you pull any additional classes, that's another $5. But as I say, that is only right arm. We will have, so we get enough people, 6 classes, weight classes in that for the pro. And let's see, we're also going to have, women will be an open class. We'll have youth class. Masters is, I believe on that one is above age 40. And so we will have that. There'll be at least one challenge match, which, some people don't like when they call it super matches, especially when it includes somebody that's not particularly super like me, because Wilson, I pulled Robert at JD Fox's tournament this summer in July. He beat me and he wants to give me a chance for revenge. So that will take place, like I say, on the 2nd. I don't know, if there'll be any other super matches. That will determine depending on who shows up. But okay, then a week later than that, we have a couple things on the 9th of, in fact, 3 separate items on the 9th of December. I don't know if I'm going to, frankly, get to any of them, because on the 6th of December, I'm getting my left knee replaced and hope to get the right knee replaced in January. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be particularly in the mood to go, wandering anywhere, or be able to wander anywhere 3 days after the get my left knee taken care of. But anyway, the first thing, if I was going, the one that's closest to me is the Knuckles Up Qualifier, which is taking place. The High Five folks are running at the gym where they practice, which is Signature Fitness in Belleville, New Jersey. They previously had some events there. In fact, when Devin Larrett was in town sometime earlier in the year, they had a seminar and so forth there. What the reason is called the Qualifier, this is actually a tournament, not like their Knuckles Up that they had before. But the reason it's known as a Qualifier is they are going to have another pay-per-view on the 6th of January. And what will happen at this tournament on the 9th of December is that the men's overall winner, right arm, will get the opportunity to have a super match in with someone at the pay-per-view that will take place on January the 6th at the same place as the last pay-per-view, which was in Fort Lee, New Jersey. And so let's just say regular tournament, pardon me here, sniffles. And what that will involve as far as cost, the first 2 arms in pro will be $50 there, the amateur $40, women $30. However, if you want to pull a pile of classes and qualify for it after the first 2 arms, any additional arms you're pulling, any additional classes are only $10. So, basically might give you the opportunity, if you are light enough that you can pull different weight classes, which I am not, or old enough to also do masters, which in that case I actually have 3 masters classes, 185, 220, and 220 plus. Women will depend, the women's class will depend on how many women show up. But that's they will have a payout cash for some of the pro, and the amount of payout will depend on the size of the class. So if you get more people there, the payout will be a greater amount. So let's just say that is first item I want to mention on the 9th of December. Another item somewhat farther to the west, Rumble in the Hood, taking place in Beaver, Ohio, which is in south central Ohio, about an hour and a half south of Columbus. And that is taking place in an evening. That's an evening event. And there will be some cash there for the pro cash prize as well. There they have 4 classes, both amateur and pro. The classes being 176, 210, 240, and above 240. Women will be right arm only, and that is actually 2 classes there, 154 and above 154. The cost for that is, let's see, what is the cost for that? $25 for the first arm, $20 for additional arms for that at Rumble in the Hood in Beaver, Ohio. Additionally, there is in Albany, New York, something called the Victory Challenge Triple Double. As the name suggests, triple elimination for some of the classes, namely the pro classes. The others generally double. Usually the folks that run that, since they consider masters to be just old pros, masters very probably will be a triple elimination as well. And so there, the cost for that, once again, it depends on what class you're in. Pro are $40, women $20, and all other classes, which is to say, the semi-pro and so forth, are $30. So either 20, 30, or 40, depending what classes you're in. They will have a master's class there at 49 plus, grandmasters 59 plus if they get enough people. 2 classes for masters and open unless they get a good number of people in grandmasters, for that. So as I say, that is the third item on the 9th of December. The week after that, the 16th of December, I do not know of any tournaments. I do, however, know that if my knee is recovered, and it bloody well better be by then, because I definitely want to get to the annual Granite Arms Christmas party practice, which will take place at Granite Arms' usual practice site, hosted by Badger Drews in Manchester, New Hampshire. The reason you say, why are you mentioning practices here, Christmas parties here? I have a Christmas party too. Why don't you mention mine? Well, the situation is this. Not only number one, I'm going to it, but number two, this is a big event. They usually run between 9 and 10 tables. If I get there, I'll take my sit-down table again. And we draw from generally 7 or 8 states for that. So, hey, if you're having a Christmas party and you are drawing from 7 or 8 states and have 9 or 10 tables, and you're somewhere in the Northeast, I'd be glad to mention you. Just let me know about it, and we'll talk about that as well. So, as I say, that's the 16th. The week following that, of course, 2 weeks following that are the holiday weekends, the 23rd and the 30th, 2 days before Christmas and 2 days before New Year, respectively. At the moment, I don't have anything going on there. As to the after the first of the year, as you'll see on the list, there are things starting to fill in, 1 or 2 events every month up until April, but I'm sure we'll get a lot more adding in after that. But for now, that's pretty much about it. So hope to see you at one of these events. And once again, have a good Thanksgiving and probably talk to you before Christmas. But if not, have a good holiday season as well.